Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Well, welcome everyone to another illustrious, horrible episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast, number 401. We've just spent the past hour trying to get my mom working a phone, and basically I've given up on life. Old people, once you hit 70, you need to take all your smartphones, throw them in the garbage, and flush them down the toilets or whatever. You're not allowed to have them. I'm making a new rule. I'm going to contact Trump on January 20th. We're getting this shit done. What do you think, Mike? Good?
All right. Sounds good. Let's do it. Let's throw out the smartphones.
Get rid of them all. For anyone
mean.
70 or older.
You're cruel.
Well, anyways, all right. Well, there is Ma Hinshaw back again. We'll see how bad this goes. We're using Zoom this time instead of Skype. So that's where the problem was. And she could not figure out anything that comes with Zoom. It's real funny. It's like all of us used Zoom in the professional world for like 5 years since COVID. And, you know, the people that are retired that just sit there and eat sandwiches and cakes all day don't have to know how to use Zoom. So they're just confused. She thought Zoom is the noise the Roadrunner makes.
Well, it is.
Wow.
Anyways, all right. I will try and not extend Mike's sleepy time too much more. But Real Film Nerds, episode number 401, we're talking about a Christmas movie that is currently streaming on Paramount Plus. I think you can rent it on Vudu and Prime and all that other stuff. But Mike, why don't you break down Dear Santa for us?
All right. Matt, Dear Santa was directed by Bob Farley. It was written by Rick Blant, Peter Farley, and stories by Dan Ewan. It's starring Jack Black, Robert Timothy Smith, Brianne Howie, Hayes MacArthur, and Keegan-Michael Key. And when a young boy mails his Christmas wish list to Santa with one crucial spelling error, a devilish Jack Black arrives to wreak havoc on the holidays.
Okay, Mike. So this basically is your Christmas story. So why don't you start us out by saying, Mike, have you ever misspelled Santa and sent a letter to Satan?
No, I have not. But this was an interesting movie. I didn't know what we were going to get out of this, Matt. And my overall take from it was it was actually pretty fun. I think Jack Black and the kid in this were pretty good. Robert Timothy Smith. I feel like they really carried the movie well. So it was fun.
Wow, holy crap. Well, Ma, looks like you and I are in the minority on this one.
Well, I thought parts of it were very good, especially recognizing people who are dyslexic, because that he was suffering from that. And, hey, that's why he wrote the word Santa incorrectly, And I thought that was very good to have people kind of understand how those kids are, I wasn't real thrilled with the movie, but it did have a pretty decent message to it. So it wasn't terribly bad, but I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't real thrilling to me. It was slow. The cinematography was okay, but that's just my view. Okay.
Mike, so do you know that I have a little bit of dyslexia?
No, dude, I didn't know that. Did you ever write Satan a letter? I mean, Santa?
I've written Satan many letters. I never wrote anything to Santa, though. But my wishes from Satan have never been granted. My sister is still here. I am still alone. And, I cannot shoot fire out of my fingertips. So one day maybe I will get a response from Satan, or as in the biz we call him Lucifer. But no, never a response. But yeah, no, seriously, I have a little bit of dyslexia. It has gotten worse as I've gotten older. Sometimes it'll happen when I'm talking on the podcast or on the radio. I will think wrong and I will put the words in a sentence weird or reversed or backwards. Or sometimes when I'm reading, I will read the word backwards. So yeah, I was never diagnosed by a specialist, but maybe I should have, mom. But
Well, I
anyways,
never knew.
yeah, it messes me up, but I know I can consciously tell because I'm like, oh, that didn't make sense. I have to go back and read it again. Anyways, Mike, we just know you can't spell. I figured it was possibly dyslexia for you too, but you just can't spell.
No, I just can't spell. Like,
Got it.
just can't. And even when I try and sound things out, like, what we were taught a long, long time ago, I mess it up. There's always extra letters. So,
Overall, I think the movie was okay.
Mhm.
I think it had a lot of promise. I think the premise was great. I think it fell kind of flat in some areas, and I think it was very successful in other areas. But overall, I think this is could have been better, could have been worse. It's a maybe you should watch it if you have time and there's nothing else on and you're bored watching Christmas Vacation for the 300th time, mom.
Yes, I agree.
But
And it's a
I
good
love
one.
Jack Black. I thought he was great, and Robert Timothy Smith I thought was pretty good too. But I don't know. It was decent.
It was decent, but I think it's a movie definitely for kids who are in middle school. I think they would relate to this young man and his friend. You know, I thought it was a bit strange that Satan granted wishes, and the wishes were good wishes, and good things for like the little boy and his teeth getting straight and stuff. And that was
Spoilers,
like,
God.
why would, well, I just don't know. But I guess whatever wish he made was okay until, whoops, you better not do a third one because then you're in trouble, right? So, yeah, it was decent, but I think it's for the teenage or young teenager group. There you go. Hmm.
okay. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cute in some spots. One thing I did say early on, though, I didn't think the middle schoolers would talk like that, but I don't remember. Matt, is that how we talked? I don't know, dude.
Hmm.
I don't know, mom. You're the one that should remember how we talked
I
30
think
years
you
ago.
talk like that. Yes, I think so. I think they nailed how the middle schoolers do talk, and pick on kids that are, have
Oh,
something they can pick on, whatever
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
You
that's
know.
for sure.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
No. Mike and I never picked on a soul when we were growing up, mom. How dare you?
Oh, yeah, right. Of course, other people picked on you guys too, I'm sure. So, but that's middle school for you, you know. And I like the part where, you know, he wanted to be able to talk to this girl and have a girlfriend and stuff. I thought that was really cute.
Well, one of the things I didn't get is that they try to make it cutesy and like kid friendly, and then they have jokes about some things that are quite controversial, which I'm not going to talk about because I'm not going to spoil the film like my mother because we're not in the spoiler section yet, even though she's already spoiled the snot out of it. I don't know, four, five,
Oh
six
no.
times. This is not your podcast. This is our podcast now. So you got to adhere to our rules, you old biddy.
Okie dokie.
uh, I really enjoyed. This isn't spoilers, but Jack Black's character had a lot of call outs to like Hollywood or just society things, and I thought they were really funny because they were just like zingers, like over and over.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts for sure, is his interpretation of pop culture and societal nomenclature.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Hmm.
Well, Mike, I think I'm quite parched with all this talking.
Oh yes, Matt. What are you drinking this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. I'm drinking a little iced bourbon cream from our friends over at Buffalo Trace.
Oh, nice, dude. Very fun. Have you cracked into your Blantons yet?
No, that's for a special occasion. And I don't have many of those. Maybe once every like 20 years.
Once every 20 years. You don't even know what it is, but you'll know it when you see it.
I'll know when I see it, Mike.
Like you didn't roll your Jeep on this last four-wheeling adventure, so that wasn't a special occasion.
No. I acquired a McLaren. That's a special occasion.
Oh man, some McLaren in my area just ran off the road, blew up, and person didn't make it.
Yeah, but he had fun because that's a hell of a car.
I suppose they did. They didn't make some. What did the article say? They failed to negotiate the turn.
So he went really fast and didn't make it.
Yeah, ran into something, engine caught on fire, person still in car.
Ooh, that's not good. Well, and it's a mid-engine, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, that's pretty much a death sentence then if the engine catches on fire.
This movie sometimes reminded me a little bit of like Bad Santa.
Mhm.
Not as like R-rated, of course, but like there's just some things that were just kind of like, I don't know, it just had some of that feel to it. Of course, Bad Santa's awesome and such a great movie, but it's
But Mike, aren't you going to answer your own question?
what's that?
What are
Oh
you
yeah.
drinking?
Oh yeah. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a White Claw, man.
You had to think about it pretty hard there, Mike. Isn't it in your hand?
Yeah, it is in my hand.
What flavor of White Claw?
Was it black cherry? Yeah, black cherry.
Okay, and what about you, you old biddy? Or are you not drinking anything?
I'm drinking some mint tea, which is very boring. What's White Claw, by the way? I don't know.
It's a seltzer.
Oh, really? Oh, that sounds good.
She just sticks to the hard liquor.
Ah,
So she has
Gotcha.
some gin in her mint tea.
That's it. Well, I could do that, but no, not now.
So, all right, Mike,
This is driving me to drink, though. Ugh,
you not being able to work your phone is driving me to drink
that's
more.
it. Okay. Sorry.
So, all right. Well, now the most important part, and I don't know what time this is, so I don't know where to edit this, but I'll figure it out later. Mike, what is this week's just hopefully Christmassy dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
oh no, it's not Christmassy at all. When I'm sad, I like to make pork roast. That way, I have a shoulder to cry on.
I'd like pork roasts. I had some pork roast earlier today. My coworker shared it with me. It was delicious.
There you
And
go.
I
dude.
did not cry. I devoured.
You devoured. Good.
Mhm. It was tasty. It was mighty tasty.
Yeah.
Ma, do you cry on pork shoulder when you make it for dad?
No, not actually. It's too hot. Okay.
So your
I do
tears
it in a crock
evaporate. Got
pot.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now the most important question of the Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, how does Dear Santa 2024, which we got a special be specific about because there is a Dear Santa that came out in 2020, relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, Matt. I had to kind of dig deeper than I would have thought for this movie, but down in the special effects, we have Matt Dingle and
Dingle? Did you say Dingle?
Dingle.
God, that poor child. He had a hell of a time in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he worked on Avengers: Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Ant-Man and Wasp, Black Panther. So he's done a lot of MCU work.
A lot of dingle dangling.
Yeah, there you go.
My mom is
goodness.
just sitting here trying not to laugh. It's
Yeah,
funny.
your inner middle school is coming out. Matt's just
Yeah.
bringing it out.
Well, they do. Lisa does say that I am a 12-year-old boy on the radio all the time, and Drew is a 10-year-old boy. So, and I said no, Drew's at least 13 or 14. So,
Okay.
which, yeah, did you get my picture I sent to you, by the way, talking about the radio with
Me?
me in the Jeep?
Yes. What was that?
That was the parade.
Oh, okay. So you were in the parade with your Jeep?
Mm-hmm. And we're trying to get my mom to come up because it was all for the radio station. And I was going to throw a tether out the back of the Jeep, like in Back to the Future. And my mom was going to be in her wheelchair and just hold on like she was water skiing, but it was land skiing.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But my dad didn't want to bring her up. So I was kind of disappointed.
And I don't want to be hauled behind a Jeep in my green wheelchair either.
It would have been hilarious. You would have had a good time. You could have waved
I
to
would
the
have
fans.
matched. I would have matched. That's
They
true.
were all asking where Ma Hinshaw was.
No.
Anyways, okay, so we're now in the spoiler section. I don't know how much we really can spoil because Ma Hinshaw already spoiled all of it. How I was saying earlier, the jokes, like there's some jokes that are like kind of like childlike, and then they like blatantly have like a joke about like child molestation. Just like, dude, which way are we going here? Are we going PG or are we going PG-13 or R? Like, don't get me wrong, that shit was hilarious, but it kind of came out of nowhere.
Matt, what did you think of when we found out Jack Black's not really Satan and he's more of a, what did he say?
He was a demon, like a demon helper or something.
He was like a demigorgon or something.
Oh yeah, Demigorgon, right.
Yeah. Did you see who actual Satan was, or as you refer to, Lucifer? Did you recognize it?
Yeah, that was Ben Stiller, and he's not credited at all.
No, not credited at all.
What I was really hoping is, I don't know, Mike, did you ever watch the Pick of Destiny?
Yeah.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. I was really hoping that Dave Grohl was going to make an appearance as Satan. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, they got Ben Stiller. I thought that was cool.
No, Ben Stiller was pretty good. Ben Stiller was really good. But there was just so many people that were in the Pick of Destiny and involved with Tenacious D that were in this film. I was just hoping they were going to do like another shout out. That would have been fun.
I like the motel, the random, wasn't it called like, what was the name? He was in room 666 and what was it like? It was like a satanic name for the hotel or something, wasn't it? Like
something. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't remember it either.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but he I just remember the scenes with Jack Black dancing in there. It's totally random, but it was fun.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. And he had the full body, workout jumper outfit thing, and that was just hilarious. And how he was singing and dancing while he was working out. Yeah.
I kind of felt like the Post Malone stuff was weird, but I mean, I guess for the kids or teenagers, he's very popular. So
I don't know him at all. But then I'm not a teenager, so
Dude,
well.
I don't know. I thought it was fun with all of them going on stage and everything. I mean, I'm not a huge Post Malone fan, but I don't hate him. I like how active he is in doing other things other than singing, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, well, he usually plays like a henchman in like quite a few movies. He's like a bad guy because his tattooed face and stuff. So it's like,
yeah. But Mike, so have you ever given a demon a pair of horns?
No.
So you've never sharded?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that they did that. Like every angel gets its what is it? Every angel for bells ringing or whatever. Yeah. So,
oh yeah, dude. Straight up dig on Miracle on 34th Street. Yep.
Yeah, there was the thing about the Christmas Story in there, kind of where some kids asking for like a super specific like thing, and it reminded me of the Christmas Story.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know Ma's not a man, because I think they said it was anytime a man sharts, a demon gets his horns. So I don't think my mom ever gave any demon horns, but I know, your
No.
son-in-law has multiple times. He's
Mhm.
just like crowning all kinds of demons.
Oh, and I'm wearing my Sparky, what's his name? Sparky? ASU earrings.
What is the mascot?
It's a devil, a sun devil.
Well, that's true. And we
Mhm.
did win on Saturday. So, Mike, are you going to
We
go to the
did.
game in Georgia?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind
Yeah.
of near you.
Where is it at? Probably Atlanta.
I think it's in Atlanta. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. No, I don't think I want to be on that anywhere near that highway anytime near the game, man. It'll be nuts.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I was watching on the news. People are trying to get tickets and book flights and stuff. They can get tickets to the game. They're having a hard time getting flights and getting anywhere near like Atlanta for the game because it's on, what is it, on New Year's Day, I think.
Is it?
Oh man, that'd be tough to
Wow.
get there. I mean, I
That-
guess if you flew Delta, you just like you book a flight that goes to somewhere in Atlanta, and then you know how there's like a layover in Atlanta, and then they just don't go on their second flight, and they'll be good.
Oh, what I was thinking is just flying to somewhere else and rent a car if you're that hardcore. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty special, and it's the best team we've had at ASU since what, 86 or 87 or something like that.
When they won the Rose Bowl. Wasn't that the year they won the Rose Bowl?
Yeah, it was like 86 or 87, something like
Mhm.
that. But
Mhm.
I guess
anyways,
they could fly to like Jacksonville and then drive over. Wouldn't be too terrible.
yeah, that's what I was
That
thinking.
wouldn't be bad. Yeah.
But all right, Mike, I know we're going long, especially since it took an hour to get the freaking podcast going, and Ma's not really talking a whole lot because I think she's sad. But at least she figured it out for hopefully next time. But
I hope I did.
is there anything else either of you would like to add about Dear Santa? Should people watch it? Should people not watch it? Should they watch it drunk? Should they, watch it sober? Like, what's going on here?
So my only other comment would be, I enjoyed it, but I could definitely see why they didn't release it in theaters because it just didn't have that certain something. So I think they just kind of decided early on, they're like, we'll release it, but we're just not going to release it in theaters and, see what happens. And, I think people should watch it if they were bored or whatever and wanted to see something a little different. But overall, I mean, it's just kind of a popcorn movie. Like you're not going to learn it. I mean, the ending was kind of lame because it was like too perfect.
Oh, God, the ending was the worst.
Like it was
Yeah,
too
I agree.
perfect.
Well, no, okay.
And there's like reincarnation and stuff.
Okay, if we're gonna go there with the ending, I will throw it out there. So here we go. I'll try not to make it too long, but I talked about this on the radio. No, I didn't talk about it on the radio. I talked about it after the radio. So here's the thing with the ending, Mike. Major spoilers. The whole purpose of the thing is this: his brother died, or his younger son died. The parents are finally getting to a point where they're healing and they're appreciating each other, and they're learning to, I don't want to say deal with the trauma, but start to accept the trauma. And then wham bam, at the end of the movie, the son's back and all that shit is. So what are we teaching people? That when you have a major tragedy and you have all kinds of painful trauma in your life, just wish that trauma goes away and it's fixed?
Yeah, dude, that's what I didn't like about
Yeah.
the ending. I felt like it should have kind of just ended about 2 or 3 minutes before it ended, and it would have been fine. Like, stuff's bad, but I mean, the family was starting to kind of come together, and Jack Black said he wasn't going to be cursed or whatever. Like, he didn't need to do anything. Like, instead of saying he did a thing on his list, he should have just walked away. Like, it could have ended just like that.
Yeah, it would have been better. And it really upset me because that ending ruined, at least for me, it pulled a few reels definitely out of it because it just wasn't needed. Ma?
I agree with that because that's how I felt, I really did not care for the ending. I think they could have ended it way, well, before that, where where the parents were healing, and I just, I didn't care for it. No.
It just teaches a bad lesson, especially if kids are watching it.
Yeah.
That, the first lesson was that, life sucks almost every day for me, but as long as you heal and you stick to it, the trauma can be healed to a degree. You'll never forget it, but it'll be healed. And this shows you, no, just wish on a genie and a Satan and you'll get. No, it just ruined it. The whole ending just ruined it for me. It really just.
Right. I agree with that. I just sat there after all that and the way it ended. I was disappointed. I really was, And I like Jack Black. Holy cow. I used to watch him when he had kids and he would be on Sesame Street and stuff. And I'm like, oh no, it was kind of discouraging. Yeah.
Well, anyways, so there you go. Watch it if you want something a little different. Turn it off before it ends. It'll be a better movie. Next week, we're going to try and hit the theaters. At least Ma and I are. She's going to be here. We're going to go to the theaters on Thursday, probably with my buddy Clint. And we're going to go see another Sony attempt to make a franchise out of a Spider-Man villain like Venom and Morbius. Although this one is called Kraven the Hunter. It has Aaron Taylor Johnson in it, which, if you know who he is, he has played Kick-Ass. He has played Quicksilver. He has played a lot of roles already in DC, MCU, lots of things. So there's your tie-in right there. And now he is going to be Kraven the Hunter, and his pops is Russell Crowe. So, and we'll see why Russell Crowe was not in Gladiator 2.
All right. Interesting.
And just for those of you who are paying attention and listening to the end of this podcast, we have two very phenomenal giveaways coming up. And they are both films we have reviewed on this podcast recently, and they both were in the theaters recently, and we'll be giving them out in the next month or so. So stay tuned.
All right. Very cool.
So, all right, Mike. Well, should we let ladies go first on their reels or cookies?
Sure.
Well, I know a lot of folks probably won't be happy, but I give it 2.5 cookies.
What does that matter? That's why you're on here. It's your opinion.
Yeah. And definitely not for little kids at all.
Oh, no. Not for little kids. And I give it 2.5 reels. I thought it was okay. Not great, but okay.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to be the dick. I give it 2.
Wow.
That's fine, Matt. That's fine.
See, Mike's okay with me being a dick. You need to be okay with it too.
Okay, I'm okay.
All right. Well, Mike, Ma, anything else you would like to add, or are we good and done and Mike can do his thing?
Thank you all for putting up with me trying to Zoom. Oh my goodness. And just watch who's watching this movie if you're at home, not the little kids. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure to follow us on the socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and catch us on the next pod. Episode 401 is now over. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.